This one has a very fine, solid wood surface, very delicate, intricately carved, incredible. I want to protect it with Leggendaria wax and then use the Restauratore. Emma, please, could you also get me the steel wool? Yes, because it's essential to understand that wax is indeed applied with a brush. But then you also need to work it well into the surface of the wood with the steel wool. And after that, we'll also use the Restauratore because it hydrates it even more and really makes it a sight to behold. It really looks as if it's been finished by a restorer who has years and years of apprenticeship. So I recommend, even if you're just starting out, give this technique a try. A brush that I obviously use only for the wax, I load it up really well with Leggendaria wax, a fantastic wax, and now just look at how the wood changes. The moment you hydrate this truly incredible wood and penetrate deep inside, it already comes back to life, to shine once again. Obviously, at this point, it will need to be massaged in properly, to hydrate it well, to remove some impurities, some finishes that might be excess wax, and to massage it in even better, especially in the carvings. But just look at how stunning this piece is. So before using the steel wool, I need to go over every finish thoroughly with the brush to hydrate it 100%. You can tell from the tone of the wood that the wood used here is not the same as the one on the cupboard door. And that's the beauty of nourishing wood, isn't it? In its natural state. We bring everything to light. Now I spread the wax everywhere, hydrate the wood well, and then go over it with steel wool. Now for the essential part, the Restauratore. Get it into your head that it's not something you can just use or not use. It changes everything completely. Yes, wax seals, hydrates and protects, but the texture, the finish, the protection, the hydration provided by the Restauratore are incomparable. It contains microparticles with beeswax and carnauba berry, which, as well as hydrating, make the surface velvety. Water repellent, protected. You should try it out on your antique and valuable furniture as well. It's truly a sight to behold, even antique furniture, where perhaps they've been finished with shellac. It's fantastic. As you can see, here I use the brush and then immediately massage with the cloth. I can't wait. A cotton cloth, an old rag, and I'll massage it in, either with circular movements or following the grain of the wood. You'll notice the difference straight away, but above all, you'll immediately feel the texture of the wood. It will change because it'll become incredibly velvety and smooth. And there you go, let's finish everything off. That's done, one of the 3 pieces. Now we need to start on our writing busk. We finished by massaging the marble top as well and polishing it with steel wool. And this time, jasmine oil, because with a bit of silicone inside it, makes it even smoother and more velvety. Moreover, the steel wool removes the tiny impurities that get stuck in the engravings, making it really bright and like new again. The steel wool is very fine. We take it, move it aside, and start with the writing desk. The inside of our writing desk will be treated differently. Why? Because the little drawer had gone, so we fixed it by putting a small piece of wood at the bottom and fixing it in place. We'll paint the entire internal structure with Nuit Parisienne. Why? Because the central part of the leather already has Nuit Parisienne as its main colour, so we don't want to add any other colours. But the hidden drawer, so the drawer that used to be a secret, won't be any more because we're painting it. and we're not painting the 4 little drawers on the outside, so they'll stay wood-coloured. What am I doing? I smooth them down and polish them with a bit of wax and some steel wool. Meanwhile, Emma starts getting herself ready with a roller and a brush to begin painting the entire inside of the cabinet. Since it's more complicated with the brush, she'll use both the brush and the roller. While Emma paints the inside of the writing desk, I'm painting the insides of the little drawers. This one, those 4, and also the little drawer from the bedside table, because they're a bit stained with ink. Unfortunately, this won't come off. I can't sand it down, so I'm using wool because it smells nice and already has protection in it. And with just 1 coat, applied nicely and evenly, I'll sort out the problem and end up with a lovely shade. In this little drawer, that will look lovely, finished off neatly. I apply the wax and then the Restauratore. Why? You'll find out as we go along. Bear in mind that all these chips will be sorted out by Emma because she is brilliant at showing you how to use the bastonlegno. So pay close attention to every step because each one is just as important as the next. Now let's start by applying the wax everywhere. And in a moment, we'll use the steel wool because it massages the wood and will make it absolutely perfect. Restauratore over the whole drop-down writing desk. You know, the Restauratores applied differently from the wax. It needs to be spread on and then massaged in straight away. Emma, can you show us how? Now we'll show you how to fill in these blemishes that are in the burr wood. These are areas that can easily be sorted out by creating, let's say with our usual bastonlegno wax, a concealment of the material. Emma is teaching you how to do it because it's simple, but you do need to follow a few little rules. Go on.
Right then, the important thing is to do it after you've protected the surface.
Here, we've already used both.
That way, the wood takes on its final colour. Here, we've got different shades of wood, and we need to choose the one that's closest, or we can mix them together.
This is the front of the bastonlegno, and these are our colours. We've got rosewood, larch, and medium walnut.
I think I'll start with these, because I can see my wood has a base somewhere between these two, so a bit yellowish, a bit brown, but also with some reddish tones. So let's give it a try. It's always a matter of trial and error.
Exactly.
I'm using a peg.
Slightly sanded at the tips so it doesn't scratch.
I snap off a tiny little fragment, just as if it were soft modelling clay.
It's hard, but not too much, because inside there was beeswax and carnauba wax, so it's not too hard.
And above all, once it's warmed up in your hands to mix it, it becomes even softer with the heat.
Of course, and you see, she's actually creating another shade, because it's impossible for all woods in nature to be perfect. They're blended, they're mixed, so she's already creating that.
Exactly.
It's lovely, all marbled like that.
Yes, I'm going to place it next to it. If you like, you can also leave it a bit.
Yes, marbled.
Exactly. To check if the colour is right, remember you can just put a little piece on. You can always put it on and take it off, as you wish. Positioned right alongside it, like this, and then try gently brushing a little bit of Restauratore over it, so that once it's protected, you can see whether the colour is truly the correct match or not.
Does it look perfect here?
It looks pretty much right to me, yes. In any case, we'll go over it later if needed and touch it up a bit with liquid waxes.
And it's heated and stuck on. Once it cools down, it stays there, perfectly rigid, and above all, shaped exactly as we want it. It's important to warm it up with your hands.
I also use my little rag, which is dirty with Restauratore, as it helps me both to shape it without the heat from my hands and to smooth it out. And I carry on like this until I get a perfect result.
This old pipe is from a ceramic stove, so it's a handmade piece. It will become our vase to place on top of this beautiful bedside table. A vase that will have a very unusual arrangement of branches inside. But you can tell it's something unfinished, so to finish it off, I've decided to put this little wooden trim on the top. How do you apply this decorative trim, which is honestly a really clever trick? You heat it up. Here, I've got a heat gun. If you don't have one, no worries. All you need is something really hot, or even your kitchen oven set on a baking tray. Take the trim, put it inside a baking tray, pop it in the oven, and when it comes out at 200 degrees, the tray itself will help keep it nice and warm. The longer you heat it, the longer it will take to cool down, so for me, that's much better. Just be careful not to burn it, mind you. We're using some wood glue and we'll apply it very carefully all the way along this outer edge here. I've already prepared a fine-tipped brush with a bit of water to remove any excess glue if there is any. Now Emma and I are going to carefully position it into place, especially since it's nice and warm and is incredibly flexible and bends quite easily. Yes, because when you buy it, of course, it's rigid. But then, as you continue heating the moulding, you can give it any shape you like, just as we're doing now. You can see we're almost at the end, and we're here. It's already taken on its perfect curve. Now, what do we do? I'll put this little clamp on one side, and we'll put one here as well, just to help keep it in place. You can also use ordinary clothes pegs. If you have something similar to mine, as you can see, it's already starting to set a bit. So in the meantime, you need to cut it. Now we take our very sharp blade and follow the shape underneath, starting from here. And it ends here. Voila! Now I pull it gently and start to shape it. A vase made by hand and of course finished by hand as well. I press it down really well, nice and firm. And I also add a bit of glue, the one that's come out here, to make sure it sticks perfectly. Look, that is absolutely perfect. So let's just put another clamp right here so it stays nice and secure and completely perfect. And as you can see, it's taken on exactly the right shape with just a drop of water and a little brush. If you like, you can carefully wipe away the outer edge of any excess glue that happens to drip off and comes away like this. And with a bit of paper, we dry it so it comes out nice, clean and perfect. Once it's dry, it'll be ready to be painted. This little trim has really made all the difference because a vase like this would cost an absolute fortune to buy. Instead, this way we'll have a truly custom-made finish that will definitely add wonderful value to our vase. And voila! Even if we remove it now. It keeps its shape because, as you can see, once the trim cools down, it doesn't move. I'm still holding the clamp just to make sure it's that bit more secure until it's completely dry. In a bit, we'll start with the paint. Our vase is ready to be painted. What did we choose?
Bacio di Rosa.
Why, Emma?
Because it goes well with the marble, because it'll be put on the bedside table, and it looks nice. Especially with a very special wallpaper, which will be behind it, that cannot be said.
In fact, because I don't know if they've actually seen it before. Exactly.
That's why I'm saying it.
It's a secret.
Yes.
So we'll apply a nice coat of Bacio di Rosa all over. Obviously, you'll need 2 coats, and we'll make sure to cover the whole surface properly. After that, we'll apply our beautiful transfer, and it will really look like a unique vase.
We've chosen this one, House of Damask, which has a golden foil with very sinuous damask patterns.
Perfect. Second coat. This one is enough for us. It's perfect. Just right to go all the way round, isn't it?
Yes.
So you're counting on me to go up, let's say more or less to where the structure finally ends and where the edge is, just here, and then we'll gradually work our way round in a complete circle. Are you ready, Emma? Yes. All right. Let's make it stick. Look at that, what a side. I'll carry on. Oh, beautiful. Voila, first part done. Now we need to be clever about repositioning the back part and carrying on.
I'm trimming this little section, as I am sure that I won't need it, so I won't let it go to waste and I can use it again.
Wax all over our vase. Make sure you brush it on crisscross. I'll tell you why I'm applying the wax. Usually, on gilded sheets, gold leaf or metallics, you'd use Signo Oro, which is a non-water-based protective coating that makes it shine even more. However, if you look closely here, there's a golden leaf that actually doesn't lose its shine at all when you use wax. And so I decided to have this very, very natural effect across the whole surface. It'll definitely match the little table that it sits on. These restyling projects are finished as hell. I should point out that it's much easier to restyle than to restore. I should also say that we're always in favour of saving, recovering, and even honouring something that's beautiful as it is. Actually, this writing desk was very beautiful, because its unique feature is the fact that it has this gorgeous burr walnut front, which now, being truly revived and nourished, really stands out. So, as you can see, the pattern starts from here, and it's connected all the way to the last drawer. The most important part of the work is actually the stripping of the burr walnut. The beautiful wood, it's solid wood for the structure, so very sturdy. But its little burr walnut veneer was the most delicate thing to preserve. Whereas this one is a rosebud. For me, the carving done on the drawer, on the bedside table, on the lower part, and its rounded shape were special and needed to be highlighted as they are. So even here, I didn't feel like painting it. Even though I could have, I wouldn't have ruined anything. Why am I telling you this? You know I'm a bit fussy about always specifying those words. I've been used to teaching people restyling techniques for years now. And not because I'm particularly skilled, but because I've made mistakes and learned from them, and I know how to fix errors. And so I really enjoy meeting you halfway with your approaches by teaching you. Here, we wouldn't have ruined anything, Because if we wanted to paint with magic paint, with a nice colour, even a contrasting one, we could have done so, and then it could easily have been stripped off afterwards. Just as we stripped these pieces of furniture that had paint finishes without damaging the furniture, we could have painted them with magic paint without ruining them, because once you strip it off, it goes back to exactly how it is now. So, if you don't like it, don't throw it away, don't sell it off cheaply. Instead, always consider the option of repainting. But just think how spectacular a writing desk like this can be. And now that I've shown you the outside, the inside is truly a sight to behold. Why are we so relaxed with the drop-down desk open, even though? We can see that it's not perfectly perpendicular, because when we took it apart, we discovered the main mechanism of this little door, which is an iron insert probably made at the time by a blacksmith, who made the locking mechanism for the door out of iron. So even if it sits like this, it won't get damaged, because inside the core's made of iron. We specifically wanted to recreate this black, because it matched well with the leather part, which was already black, and we didn't want to introduce any other colours so as not to disrupt the look. We wanted to add that wooden base because, unfortunately, over the years, the drawer has been stolen, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's gone, so we're leaving it as it is. It can quite easily be used as a wallet, so for papers, documents, or anything else, the little drawers are perfect. And this one as well, which is the perfect secret drawer. This combination, in my opinion, with its very clean and almost modern finish inside, adds an extra touch. So if you want to leave it open, it looks even better. It will look fantastic in this hallway. What can I say about the vase? In this amazing house, which has so many designer pieces, I thought it would fit in nicely. Something truly handmade. This, as I was saying, is actually part of an old ceramic fireplace. And now, instead, it will become a vase. Here I've put an olive branch, just for now, but the lady of the house will put in whatever she likes. Perhaps a special, very aesthetic, unique arrangement. I think she'll like it.
Yes.
Shall we wrap it up then?
Let's wrap it up.
Where can they find magic paint?
They can find it on the website magicpaint.it, where they'll also find all the Italian retailers who stock it listed by region. Or they can type their city into the search bar and see what's nearby.
Where can they watch the whole TV series that features these beautiful pieces of furniture?
They can watch it on La Setta on Sunday late morning.
On our social media, you'll find all the advertising telling you where, when, how, why, and about the repeats, because there are 7 episodes.
Or they can watch it on lasetta.it whenever and however they like, for free, without registering.
Where is it that they can't find magic paint?
On Amazon.
That's it. Goodbye.